2012榮耀盼望信息其中一個重要部分就係有關 Planet X 嘅預測。事實上，我哋喺呢幾年間都睇見世界天氣出現唔尋常嘅轉變，包括地磁轉變、動物群死、大量火球出現、極端氣候等。著名遙視者 Ed Dames 係一名退役美軍少校，曾參與一項美國秘密軍事計劃，負責發展遙視技術。呢個計劃後來由陸軍轉移到國防情報局，再轉到中央情報局，後來變成星際之門計劃。因此，遙視技術並唔係魔術把戲，而係軍方計劃。Ed Dames 即係負責喺軍部中發展呢項技術。佢退伍後曾經發表太陽風將會導致地球發生毀滅性災難，預測將會有 Q-shots 出現，但係佢一直都未有提及 Q-shots 係點樣形成嘅，亦都冇提及任何有關 Planet X 嘅事情。直到2016年8月27日，佢首次喺美國拉斯維加斯舉辦嘅講座裏面提及 Planet X 對地球嘅影響。由於參加者要簽署保密協議，因此冇人提供當日講座嘅影片。但係多年研究 Planet X 嘅 Marshall Masters 喺當日接受網台訪問，講到佢同太太參與呢場講座嘅內容。其實講座裏面 Ed Dames 提到喺2017年12月，人類將會睇見 Planet X， 並且屆時人類肉眼睇見 Planet X 嘅大細將會有如月亮一樣，更加會影響地磁，最終引發 Q-shot， 以及 Planet X 飛過嘅時候，殘餘物將會影響地球，食水亦都會被污染。
It's real. It's inbound. He said, we think it's a planet, but we don't know what it is. All right. He knows what it is, but he has to be cagey at this point. He says December 2017 is when we will see it in the sky. Then he talked about Velikovsky, Harrington, and Ferrata.
喺呢度 Marshall Masters 所提及嘅 Velikovsky、Harrington 同埋 Ferrata 分別係俄國籍猶太科學家 Immanuel Velikovsky， 曾任職美國海軍天文台首席天文學家嘅 Dr. Robert Harrington， 以及智利天文學及地質學家 Carlos Munoz Ferrata。佢哋三位喺唔同年代，但係都曾經發表有關 Planet X 接近嘅言論。Immanuel Velikovsky 生於1895年。佢曾經協助籌組以色列第二間大學耶路撒冷希伯來大學。佢最有名嘅著作係《Worlds in Collision》，當中提到佢從研究古籍，包括舊約聖經當中，發現喺3500年前同埋700年前，地球曾被一顆飛過嘅彗星影響，產生大災難。雖然佢嘅著作未有將彗星指明係 Planet X， 但係呢個可以話係 Planet X 影響地球論嘅先聲。至於 Dr. Robert Harrington，佢曾任美國海軍嘅首席天文學家，佢曾經發表一篇名為《The Location of Planet X》嘅文章，詳情可以參閱2012榮耀盼望第68篇精華短片，尋找 Planet X。發表文章後冇幾耐，佢就離奇咁因為急性癌症而死亡。至於智利地質及天文學家 Carlos Munoz Ferrata， 佢曾經準確咁預測1939年1月24日喺智利奇廉市發生嘅8.3級大地震，1965年3月28日智利拉利瓜市7.4級大地震，及1985年3月3日智利聖地亞哥德智利 Santiago de Chile 8級大地震。並且佢亦都係首位專家預測到著名嘅哈雷彗星喺1996年再次穿過太陽系嘅時候會改變速度，而有比之前更接近太陽嘅情況。至於佢對 Planet X 臨近地球所發生嘅災難預測，可以參考2012榮耀盼望第198篇精華短片。天文學家 Carlos Munoz Ferrata 早喺1940年已預測出 Planet X 的軌跡。
I have spoken of them in my work, and I featured Harrington and Ferrata extensively in my latest book, Surviving the Planet X Tribulation. He says that Planet X will interact with Earth's magnetic field and weaken it. Well, that's the magnetosphere is already weakening, and this is something I've maintained exactly the same in my last two books. Okay. Next thing is Planet X will interact with the sun electrically, the kill shot, and with Earth. Now, this was something Ed said back in 2004. And my wife Jennifer writes our signs articles on our site at yowza.com, YOWUSA.com, and you really want to follow those because she actually took a screen capture of Ed pointing to his illustration of Planet X passing, or as what we say in our book, Nibiru, passing between the Earth and the Sun. And when he's saying interact with the Sun electrically, understatement. The kill shot is a solar sprite, basically cosmic lightning. And you could say, well, the Grand Canyon was the result of water erosion, which, that always kind of like, does that pass the smell test? But look at Val Marineris on Mars. That's the biggest canyon in our solar system. Tell me water erosion caused that. I don't think so. I think that it was cosmic lightning, and I think that's what Ed's talking about with the kill shot. So again, if you're on the surface, that's going to be a hellacious time. Something I've always talked about, and in my last two books at great length, is what we call transiting the tail. Ed said we will go through the Planet X debris trail, and we're going to get hammered by it. And that is going to be a really, really tough time. Surface water is going to be polluted terribly during this. So you're going to need underground water cisterns, deep wells. And I'm talking about deep wells. You want to go way, way down. If you're in the water table, it could be polluted by that time. As to the pole shift, he potentially doesn't know for certain that there will be a pole shift, but he said it would be a pole shift of approximately 12 degrees, which is darn near exactly the same thing I predict. And it's not where the Earth flips head over heels. So we're talking about 12 degrees. And he's right. He doesn't know which way it would rotate, which way the shift is going to go. And neither do I.
Okay.
He doesn't know where the new poles are going to be. Neither do I. But the poles will shift. I think that an important thing, he made a statement that Earth's core is changing. It is heating up. They don't know why. They're not sure it's from PX. What we know is Greenland is melting. The ice is melting, and it's not because of solar, but it is because the bedrock is actually underneath the ice is warming. So this is something where you have an interaction between the between our binary stars. Nemesis, that's the core of what I call the Planet X system, and it has its own, constellation of planets and moons. One of them being Nibiru, the furthermost, or as the translation of the Sumerian, the planet of transit. And so I agree that it's not something where it's directly related to PX. I think that the Earth's core is heating because the sun is interacting with the approaching Planet X system, and then so we're basically a collateral damage issue. He says there will be a lot more volcanic and tectonic activity. There already is, and it will get worse.
講座裏面，當 Ed Dames 提到呢一則爆炸性消息之後，佢亦都宣布退休。事實上，過去我哋可以睇見，任何人成為 Planet X 嘅泄密者，最終都會被殺。因此 ，Marshall Masters 喺訪問裏面亦都提及 Ed Dames 係冒住生命危險，喺 Planet X 差唔多臨近嘅時候，向世人作出警告。
Ed is coming forward. He's really putting his neck out there. Okay? I mean, for those of you who think he was just doing a stunt to pull some cash, this guy really took us on the line to do what he did in 40 minutes. And I got a lot of respect for what Ed did.
雖然過去我哋曾經藉住唔同專家嘅資訊裏面提及 Planet X 嘅到嚟，但係 Ed Dames 卻係首次詳細咁提及 Planet X， 以及將 Planet X 同埋 Q-Shot 串連起嚟。 再者，參與 Ed Dames 講座嘅人都需要簽署保密協議，唔能夠洩漏當中嘅內容。假若唔係研究 Planet X 嘅專家 Masters 接受訪問，世人亦都唔會知道呢一則關於 Planet X 嘅爆炸性資訊。當 Ed Dames 呢一名曾任軍部負責研究遙視技術、接觸各種軍事機密嘅軍官，都冒住性命危險，帶住勇氣講出 Planet X 將要來臨嘅現實，並且即場提出退休。明顯咁，佢係知道自己所提及嘅高層消息將會為佢帶嚟一個危及性命嘅後果，並且佢提供嘅 Planet X 資訊唔係單單藉住遙視技術接收得嚟，而係同軍方高層商討後嘅結論。因此 Ed Dames 提供嘅資訊應該係最接近事實嘅資訊，所以弟兄姊妹務必認真對待，時刻警醒，好好作出預備。